Hi everyone, today I am going to give an overview of Jupyter. Let's log in to Management Console. The landing page after logging is Topology Graph where your network elements are represented comprehensively. In here, a switch is represented by a circle and host by a square. The topology which we have seen is simulated from both physical and virtual elements. The big tree part is from virtual switches, the isolated small part is physical. When you hover a mouse on switch, you will able to read details of switch such as manufacturer, location, IP address, etc. This is the listed view of switches that are being controlled by Jupyter, and each of the column has its own purpose, description, statistic, connection details, etc. One can also check the detail of port and its RxTx statistics, and currently there are no flows in the switch. Flows can be added into the switches proactively and reactively. Let me show you how reactively flows get added by Jupyter. Here I am trying to ping all the hosts of same subnet in my network. Jupyter reacts to packet in events and imitates the layer 2 switching flows. You can see the flows added have destination MAC address or match field and egress port as output, which is nothing but a typical layer 2 switches. Moving on to proactive flows, where static flows are pushed by user on switches based on predefined policies. For this, first select the switch and click on create button to push a flow. Flow comprises of match patterns and corresponding action field. The 13 match fields such as MAC address, IP address that are currently supported are based on OpenFlow standards. On the same line, actions can be performed on egress packet such as setting VLAN tag, modifying source IP address. Now I am pushing a flow with input port as match field and egressing a packet on port 2 as output field. This is the flow which is created with a default priority value. There is a simple way to establish port mirroring on switch using EasyFlow. Here we are mirroring port 3 on port 1 of a switch, which results effectively in two flows. There is also a way to provision services using Jupyter across private and public clouds, such as Amazon, Rackspace, OpenStack. Let me demonstrate how you can provision a service using Jupyter. First choose network template, then image template, and add basic details. Before clicking finish, cross-check the summary entries. That's it. This is how you provision and orchestrate services using Jupyter. To deploy third-party services and application within your network, we have Marketplace. These SDN applications can be downloaded from the global store, where the developers upload after verification. After downloading, you can custom configure the application. One can also upload a template file which can contain schema for service chaining. Deploying an application in your network is easy. Just click on a switch and select its ports. We can also select multiple switches. Then choose the application you want to install along with configuration template. I just deployed firewall application which will install rules to draw packets based on TCP port. If you want, you can add a new rule to firewall by editing the current configuration and then deploying again, which will result in new rules being added. Applications can also be deployed in the end-to-end host scenario, which is relevant in case of QoS. By this way, you effectively deploy an application in the whole network path between the hosts. I want to show you how a developer can write SDN application using our network programming language by taking round-robin fashion load balancer as an example. In the main function at start, it establishes a context for communication between Jupyter and application and then register for packet in event to callback function. After receiving a packet, the packet handler distributes a load in a round-robin manner by installing flows of 100-second duration. This duration can be customized from the UI itself by the administrator. One last application I want to show you is monitoring, where the application can register for events like switch update, link update, host update, and perform business logic in the callback function handler. That's pretty much about Jupyter. We can't wait you to try it out and give us a feedback. Thank you.